I just want to make sure.
But
Hey everybody, this is Island Talk Live. We are unbelievably late tonight due to some technical issues from my Canadian friends. Um, so essentially, I was supposed to not be on the podcast tonight due to some work obligations and some marital obligations. So with that, I'm getting a bull crap look from my wife. So she's not buying that.
I don't buy it
Um,
either.
yeah, but there were work obligations. That is a factual statement. Um, so either way, I am here launching this last second podcast. So for everyone who bear with us today, I appreciate it. This went way later than necessary. Dan and Dylan were intending on doing this live about an hour ago, but unfortunately, Dan had some issues trying to get it logged in, and I was out in the boonies and wasn't able to get the thing going for them. So I just got home. We are live now, as you can see. So yeah, you guys ready?
Yeah, let's get this show on the road.
All
I'm
right.
ready.
So I'm gonna put in a fill-in host for the night. So just you guys, one of you message me when the show is closing, and I'll come back in and I'll help you guys close the show. I'll pitch what's going on. I'll talk about what's going on Thursday, and other than that, I think we should be ready to rock and roll. So if you guys are ready, I'm ready. I'm going to be bailing now. So
All right, let's
you
see
guys
that
have
beautiful
fun with
co-host.
this. I might even. Oh shoot! There goes my lamp again, breaking all sorts of stuff.
For our audio-only listeners, Niko's inserting what I believe to be a pink elephant into his chair. Probably will be a little more insightful than he usually is, so we should expect
Hopefully,
good things.
Mr. Snugglesworth can keep you guys under control.
Yeah,
So,
he'll try.
With that, all right, you guys have fun. Don't get too out of whack, and take it away, Mr. Snugglesworth. They're all yours. Good luck.
Well, with that, you want to just get right into it, Dylan?
Let's get
I think
right
we-
into it. I'm
we
feeling
spent it.
I'm feeling like just like doing work tonight and saying why you're horrible, Dan. I've been watching a lot of debate lately, so I'm ready to debate. I want to give a shout out though before we start to Josh on Twitter.
Yep.
Josh had messaged us earlier, wondering when the show would start, and we're live. Thanks for following and being I'm designating you number one fan. You are officially the number one fan of Island Talk. So there you go. To Josh on Twitter.
Once you get those T-shirts made, we're gonna send them one.
We're gonna send them one.
But yeah, let's get into this. The power rankings. You're a little fired up from watching that Democratic debate.
I'm fired up.
I'm fired up too because I think I'm destroying you so far.
Ooh,
I'm
yeah.
really.
I've had some missteps, but nothing I can't recover
Yeah.
from.
No, you can still do it. It's a long season.
Gained the
But,
marathon, not a sprint.
What have you done for me lately? Not too much. But let's get right into it, eh, Dylan?
I'm ready.
Who do you got at number one in your power rankings?
I have Joe. I have
Ooh.
Joe number one. I think that tribe's super strong. I think he's the strongest person. He's actually been very charismatic, making bonds. So, yeah, I always like to have a theme with my rankings. And this week's there's no tiers this week. It's just I kind of rank the tribes based on their strength. People on the stronger tribes get to have a higher ranking in the power rankings, and then the next level was how likely they are to be voted out. So Joe's number one because I don't think his tribe's going to lose, and I think even if they do lose, he won't be going home.
Yeah, I agree with you, Dylan. Joe's in a pretty good spot. I got him high up here too. Not number one though. For number one, I started from the bottom. Now we're here. I had him at number 18 last week, and I got him number one here. I got Jeremy Collins. He had a big episode last week. The swap shaked out for him really well. He found that idol. And he also he had a little moment with Spencer. Don't know really how much we can make of that at this point, but it bodes well for what he's trying to do out there so far. And the reason I had him ranked so low last week was I just thought he was someone who could fall maybe to a bad swap and be one of those big names. You know, I was off on that one, but luckily I had PG ranked pretty low too. So this week, you know, I'm showing him some love. Ben should like me a little more. Other co-hosts for the recap. So, yeah. And I'll just go right into number 2. I got Kelly Wentworth. You know, I'm favoring the idol at this point a little bit. But, hey, she's got an idol. She's in a kind of a bad spot being on, like, the low end of the numbers. But as you saw over at old Angkor, I don't think that matters as much. I think the game's going to take care of itself, and there's still room for players, especially this early in the game, when they swap on that side of the numbers. So, yeah, I like Kelly. Who do you have at number 2, Dylan?
Put your tinfoil hats on, because I also have Kelly Wentworth. Almost on the same.
Oh, so we're not going to debate about this one.
No,
this
number 2 is locked in. Yeah, she is the idol. She's strong. She's on the strongest tribe. She's getting along well, and she already kind of made a move to be not the first one to go if they lose. I like Kelly a lot. And I guess I can jump in number 3 since we were sent to number 2.
You sure you don't want to make a sexually suggestive comment about Kelly Wentworth first?
I'm good. I'm feeling.
Okay, we're skipping.
I'm feeling a lot of energy is suppressed, and I've already got a lot of it out just like watching the debate and getting amped. So I'm good on that.
We got a lot of that out with Dan.
Dan
last week.
Dan Foley was a good release for us.
Yeah, he was the release. If you haven't listened to that one, go check that out.
That's a great
YouTube archive.
It was great having him on. He was awesome to talk with, and he's such a funny dude. I loved him. Love having him on.
I wasn't the biggest fan of him on the show, but I gotta say, after talking to him in person, fantastic guy.
Yeah,
awesome guy to talk to, and man, he's what you see is what you get with him, and like he didn't back down from talking to us. He was really honest, and that's what I loved about him.
Yeah, definitely.
So number 3.
Yeah, number 3, I have maybe a little surprising one, but I have Keith.
Keith.
I've had Keith ranked kind of like in the middle of the pack, and this week I put him up to number 3 just because, again, on that super strong tribe, not likely to get any votes. I don't think. I don't think he get voted off if that tribe lost. I think he has loyalty, I think he has loyalty with Joe. I think he gets along with people pretty well because he doesn't cause problems. And I like Keith there. Yeah, definitely Keith, number 3.
I disagree a little. I noticed Keith's tribe, it kind of leans, it's got some younger people on it. I had the tribe list with me here. I wrote it on the back of a Valentine sheet from school. Yeah, like he's got on his tribe, he's got Kelly Wentworth, Joe, Sierra, and then you got some older people with Terry and Cass, but I don't know. I don't know if he's number 3 worthy, Dylan.
I said it was a little risky of a pick, but I like him there. Again, the overarching theme is if that tribe's not going to lose an immunity, he can't get voted out. So
it is a very strong tribe. Yeah, you got to like your chances, especially with Angkor looking like they're going to blow up any minute. So number 3 for me, same tribe, Bayon. I got Joe. You're number 1. I got him at 3. Right now is not the problem for Joe. His problems will come later on.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the part of the game where a player like Joe really strives at. So, you kind of hope he doesn't strive at this part of the game. You want it to be a little choppier for him, so he's not a huge threat at the merge. But, for now, Joe's sailing pretty smoothly. I don't see anyone coming after Joe right now. I think he's in an okay spot on that tribe. I think people kind of see him more in reverence than jealousy or envy, being like last season's poster boy. So I think everything right now is coming up roses for Joe. So yeah, I'll just go into my number 4, and it's the lone Angkor representative in my top 10, I think. Yep, the lone one. And can you guess who it is?
It's either Tasha or Varner. I'm gonna say Tasha.
It's Tasha Fox. Yep. She was what I thought was the only ray of hope last episode, gameplay wise. I think we saw a few errors, specifically from PG, from Barner,
Abby.
and Abby. Yeah, I think her errors are in their own category. And I don't even know if it was an error on her part because she ended up on the right side of the vote.
Mm-hmm.
But also, those numbers just blew up, and some of it was to do with the whole PG Abby tension, but I think Tasha Fox played a little bit of a role in that. She saw the crack, she capitalized on it, and I think for now, she's still in a pretty good spot on their tribe. I think if they lose again, I don't think she's going up. I think if it swings back on that side, Savage might be in trouble. But I don't know. Crazy things have happened before. But I think right now she's set up pretty well to control the action. I think unless Varner decides he needs to try to swing it right back at them. But it's interesting to see. I like her. I like her a lot, though. She's getting a great edit.
I love Tasha. I have her rank a little lower just because she's on that really volatile tribe. I have her ranked a little lower, but we'll see. Should I go to my number 4 then?
Yep.
Number 4, I have Jeremy.
All right.
So we kind of have a very similar top 4. I think 3 of the 4 were the same. Yeah, Jeremy has the idol. On the second strongest tribe, in my opinion, kind of in a leader position on that tribe, has good relationships, I think, with most of those people. I'm happy, or like I'm impressed, or that he can be in a relationship with Steven, even after they had a little misunderstanding or like a little conflict, as we saw last week or 2 weeks ago now. So that he can approach Steven, know it's wise to do that, and not alienate him was good. I like that move by him. And then at 5, I have ranked a lot higher than I did last week, Spencer.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, yes. And my logic with Spencer was, again, second strongest tribe, in my opinion, so unlikely to get voted out. I think he's an asset in challenges. Can be an asset. And I think he can build good relationships with Steven, with Jeremy, other members of that tribe. I believe Kelly Wigglesworth is on that tribe as well. So he can, I think he can get some safety from those people around him and not be voted out first if they lose.
I don't think Spencer's quite out of the woods yet, but I'll save that for when we get to him in my rankings.
Yeah.
I'll just go into my number 5. And I got the silent one, Monica Padilla.
Ooh, the silent one.
If I was giving everyone Stealth RS nicknames like Philip Shepard, definitely so far Monica would be the silent one. Maybe I'll try to do nicknames for the rest of the rankings, but they might be rough. But yeah, what can you say about her? I think she's still set up pretty well. She's in the numbers on her tribe. I don't think anyone's coming after her that way, and she's on a strong tribe. We're seeing a little bit more of her, more than we saw of Kimmy the last couple episodes. So, her edit's getting a little better, but hey, Monica's playing a pretty, I think, kind of not under the radar game, but like she hasn't been to a tribal council yet, so we haven't really got to see what she's really up to. But I think still, she seemed like you saw her buddy with Steven and Jeremy a little bit. I think she's good. So let's just go on to number 6. And I have another similar player in Sierra Easton. She's on another good, strong tribe. And as I said, I feel, you got Joe. You saw him kind of warming up to Kelly. You saw Sierra in the shelter talking to Cass, it looked like. So, it seems like there are some already relationships there for Sierra. The younger people, it looks like she might have had something going on with Cass. Again, we haven't seen her at a tribal, so I think a lot about the relationships in the game are revealed in those like pre-tribal scenes we get. So it's really hard to tell, other than like what we can kind of like do guesswork on where these people really stand in the game, alliance-wise. So what do you got at number 6, Dylan? Do you like Sierra there?
I don't actually. Well,
Yeah.
I don't hate it. I actually have more issues with the Monica pick.
Oh, okay. Well, let me have it. Let me have it.
Well, I have her ranked lower. Look at the tribes. I mean, my fear is that they're going to get into. All right. I just fear they're going to get into like a physical competition, and she's not going to be able to pull her weight because she's just small. And like a physical competition, they might vote her out. Or even if they lose a competition that isn't physical, but like, all right, maybe we'll have a physical one in the future. We'll vote her out because she won't be able to do anything against some of these stronger girls. She's a liability. Um, then again, she does have the numbers if they stick by tribal lines that we saw last tribal. That might not necessarily happen. I have a ranked lower. I have one of the weaker players right now, and yeah, we'll have to see. I might have ranked her too low when I was making these. I could rank her higher probably, but we'll talk about it, and we can see the players in between where I have her and everyone else and see what you think. But yeah, I'm on 6, right? Yeah,
Yep.
I'm on 6. I have Tasha. Um, I think she's in a good spot. She's my top ranked Angkor tribe member, and I think as long as she can keep the status quo where it's at, where her and Savage are the target, and they play off Abby versus Wu, or Wu and Abby versus Varner. As long as she can do that, she'll be in a really good spot. And even if they do lose the numbers and it flips back 3-2, I think Savage goes home over Tasha, and that's why I have her so high. So I think the likability of her getting voted out of that tribe is low. So I can kind of agree on that she's in a somewhat pretty good spot on that tribe, even that tribe's not.
Yeah, we're both pretty high on Tasha. I wasn't particularly high on her coming into the season, but she's made me eat a lot of crow so far. And she's made me say that phrase, which I never thought I'd say. So, number 7, I got, let's call her the ninja, Kimmy Kappenberg. Not a whole lot from Kimmy so far. I thought she had a good premiere, and then what have we seen from her? I'll remember her leering at Joe during yoga for a while, but who wouldn't, though? Am I right, guys?
I don't want to think about Kimmy Kappenberg doing yoga.
Girls, am I right, girls? Pardon, Dylan? You don't want to think about what?
I don't want to think about Kimmy Kappenberg doing yoga more than I have to.
Yeah. Well, Kimmy, I think, is in an okay spot. You probably have her ranked lower, probably because she's weaker. You got that old school favor the strength, favor the weak. A little dated, as our power rankings have shown so far.
I know I've been off on that, but we'll see.
We'll see. So if it will, maybe I'm wrong this week though, with having these women ranked in the middle of the pack here. But I like Kimmy so far for just staying around, her longevity in the game. I don't think we're seeing her rewriting the book on how to play Survivor here. But,
no, not really.
But she's there, and she's giving it her all. What can you ask for? Try hard, and that's... What is there to say about her other than she'll probably be there for a little bit, I think. I don't think anyone's coming after Kimmy still. Who do you got at 7, Dylan?
Yeah, I got another kind of controversial pick. I have Terry.
Oh.
Yeah, maybe I'm guessing a little higher than you have him.
I have him a couple picks lower, but we're still in that mid range.
I don't think I try. All right, I'll say right now, most of my picks assume an Angkor loss next week.
Yeah, and I'm gonna say a lot of my bottom players. That is the assumption. We're gonna see an Angkor tribal council next week. But we're both gonna feel really silly if that doesnn't happen, man.
Yeah, and again, my rankings do reflect, keeping his tribe strong. And Terry is probably second strongest person on his tribe behind Joe. And what I kind of saw happening is like a Joe, Terry, Kelly, Keith connection. I see that occurring. Kelly and Joe being like the two young, strongest members of the tribe. Keith and Terry being the old veteran, players that bond over their oldness. and they both connect with bring in their two previous alliances, and they form a foursome. I like that, and voting out a weaker player like Cass or Sierra, I believe is the other female on that tribe. That's what I see happening if they somehow lose. I don't see them losing. And I like Terry staying if they do. Should I go into 8? Yeah,
Just
8.
rip it.
8. I have Varner. Ranked at 8. And I want to bring in we have a YouTube comment right now. I want to bring it up because it's above Varner. It's from our fan Josh Musto on YouTube. I believe it's the same Josh we follow on Twitter.
I'm glad you can see those YouTube things, because I was going to say, if you have any more questions, get us at Twitter as well. Tweet questions at us.
Tweet at us. YouTube probably the best method of contacting us right now. And I have Varner ranked high, and I'll explain why, and then I'll answer his comment. So
is it that you suck? Is it?
No, his comment is that he thinks Varner is screwed if Angkor goes to tribal, but he loves Varner because Varner's TV gold. And I actually disagree here. I think Varner can play the middle in this one. I think he can.
He's not TV gold, Dylan. How dare you?
No, I do agree.
Niko is gonna cut out your tongue.
No, I do agree he's TV gold. I disagree that he'll go home. I think Wu's a possible target. I think Savage is, and I think Abby Maria is too. And I don't think Varner. I think Varner's one of the safer ones because I think he can. Both sides will need his vote, and they can't afford to turn on him. And I don't see both sides working together to get out Varner. I think it kind of depends on Tasha, and I think she'll work with Varner at this point.
Hey, we got a rat, Dylan.
We got a rat. But sometimes the rat becomes your best friend, like in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Who would have thought that?
I don't think Jeff Varner is teaching Tasha karate anytime soon. Okay, Dylan.
That'll be an episode. That's gonna be a whole dedicated to that.
That'd be a badass episode of Survivor. Jeff Varner teaching
Tasha karate.
But who would be Shredder? Who's Shredder? Andrew Savage?
Andrew Savage is Shredder. Definitely.
Yeah, we hate on him a lot.
I love Savage, but I didn't like him last episode, the way he reacted. But yeah, I love Savage as a person.
Okay, I hate on him a lot.
All
right.
Who do you have at 8?
At 8, I got Keith. You had him, I think, at number 2 or 3.
3.
I got him here. Keith, I think, still okay spot, middle of pack here. He's on a stronger tribe. He could run the risk of being ostracized just for being kind of that older, kooky male. But I think kind of there are people in front of him. I think Terry's in front of him if they go to tribal. So, Keith, I think Keith's just got to keep laying low. I don't know if I don't know, it's sad to say, but I don't know what would have to unfold for him to win. But I think Keith can still make a pretty deep run and get as much out of his upside as he can, which I think is like a Final Four, maybe even getting to that final tribal council and losing. I still like his chances of doing that. So, we got Keith kicking around here at 8. Number 9, did you say you're 8, Dylan?
I did, yes.
All right, number 9, I got Cass. Chaos Cass. Kind of similar reasons. She's in a same kind of spot as Keith. She's kind of on the flip side, that older female, kind of like not your normal personality for sure. I would never call her your regular person. So Cass kind of has that against her, but what she's got going for her is she's still kind of in the numbers and seems like she's made a little bit of connection. She's what we've seen from her, she appreciates that personal game, the relationship game. The elephant flash on the screen and made me laugh there. Good insight, buddy. So I think Cass is in an okay spot to do damage at the merge. And I think we're still going to see that come out at some point. I don't think it's gone, the chaos.
I think if she makes merge, if she makes merge, she has a good shot of doing work.
I remember the quote in the first episode. She even said that if I get to the merge, all hell will break loose or
Yeah.
something along those lines.
Like, what
So
does she have to lose at that point? Like, when she makes merge, like, you
yeah,
know, like, she's like not a challenge threat. She's not like a social threat. I mean, but a strategic threat, she definitely is. She's very smart. I think she's a very
yeah,
smart lady.
and
Like,
I know
yeah,
this is more.
I'd be excited to see that, and I think it's looking pretty good for her. Actually, I think it's looking pretty good.
I know this is more fantasy than reality, but I would love to see maybe Steven and Cass get together at that merge because I know, like the narrative's kind of built. I know we don't talk a huge lot about the edit, but the narrative's kind of building that the Bion members might try to hook up at some point, and that it's going to be like a Bion type of narrative maybe once we get to the merge. And I have a feeling that it's all going to be destroyed by a couple people. A couple people are going to destroy this Bion love boat that we have out there. And
Yeah,
my two prime suspects so far are Stephen Fishback and Casper Quillen.
definitely. They
And
don't stick with status quo. They don't want
no, and also from what I've seen from Steven is he's realized that he's not part of that bromance. So why would he want to
it. Yeah,
totally hook up with all those guys come merge? But we have to see Steven get there first, right?
yeah.
So
I think it's actually a good segue into my number 9, which is actually
oh
Steven.
oh there you go.
Steven Fishbach. Highest I think I've had him ranked this season, probably definitely since after the first episode. Um, I like the tribe he's on. I think he can actually like kind of like be a peon to Jeremy's leadership. Like yes, master, I'll do what you say. Like a little like Google for him, and then like slit his throat.
We're up in our vocabulary this episode.
Yeah,
Peon.
peon. I like that word. And like basically, and kind of like I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but I do believe he has a good out of game relationship with Spencer. Am I correct on that?
Uh, I'm not sure. I know they're friends. I don't know how tight they are,
The one
but
thing I
you
think
kind
that
of saw. Oh, sorry, Dylan.
well, I would say I think like Steven, he didn't work with the bromance because like he's not a bro. I think he definitely worked with the geek mans with Spencer. Like they both like play strategic, like logical, like games, trying to predict other people's moves from a strategic perspective. So I think Steven can connect with him, and through Spencer, maybe even align with Kelly Wiggles and Jeremy and vote out, you know, if they lose, like a Kimmy or a Monica.
Hmm.
And then, should I go to number 10?
Yeah, just keep shooting.
Yeah, I have Sierra.
All right,
So a little lower than where you had her. Did you have her at 4? I can't remember what spot you had.
6. I had her 6.
Okay, so I had her 4 spots down from where you had her. Again, on that super strong tribe. I've kind of already explained why people on her tribe wouldn't get voted out. So this kind of explains why she would. A weaker
Yeah.
player. We haven't seen much from her in terms of strategic or social game. I think she could be left out. The person who goes, if she doesn't, I think is Terry.
Yeah, I
So
agree with you.
I
And
kind of
that's a great segue into my number 10, Dylan.
yeah, go for it. Is
You
it
know,
Terry?
I got Terry.
Yeah.
We got a natural rhythm going right now,
Yeah,
so why
good.
waste it? Yeah, we got Terry here at number 10. I forget where you had him.
I have a 7, so like
7.
we
So,
kinda had Sierra and Terry flip flop.
me and you kind of think a little similar on most players, and then we're a little way off on others. This one
Yeah.
we're kind of close on. Terry, I think, is the first one out of that tribe if they lose. But I don't think they're losing. I don't think they are. I don't. Yeah, I just don't see it. You got Angkor out there, and I think on paper they're stronger than Takeo. I don't really think Steven's the strongest in challenges. He seemed really awkward out there so far. I didn't remember him being so just not I knew he wasn't athletic, but he just looks awkward sometimes, especially when he's wielding that machete and where he's gonna sever his right foot off or something. It's the coconut completely. But other Terry, Terry's. I love what I've seen from him so far, and I didn't like him in Panama that much. I think Terry was kind of like too much of a player who was like my way or the highway type thing, and he didn't really know how to talk to people. And for all his credit, he came in and he knew that was his weakness. He knew he needed to approach people differently, and you've kind of seen that for the most part. And we've seen the best of him so far.
I was going to go back to Terry in Panama. Like, I like Terry a lot pre-merge. I think he got along pretty well with like the older guys tribe, and then even with his newly formed tribe. I can't remember what the name of the tribe was when they split the tribes into two, or went down into two tribes.
Lamina.
Lamina. Was that? Yeah.
Yeah, terrible tribe.
Terrible tribe, but I thought he got
so boring.
He got along well with people that he was with, and then he only got frustrated when he couldn't he got picked off one by one, and that's when he really saw Terry come out like Survivor Terry, like, God, I can't fucking lose, otherwise I'm down. And then he got really everything, every move in the game was his life, every challenge was his life.
Yeah.
So also big shout out to Astronaut Dan. I loved Astronaut Dan.
Dan Fuego. On fire.
He's my favorite.
All players that share my name, I have to love.
Let's get Dan Fuego on.
Has there been any Survivor Dylans? There hasn't, has there?
No, I mean the first. That's
you would be the first. Let's get you on. I can't play Survivor because whatever, Canadians can't. So we got to make a Twitter campaign. I saw them.
Dylan. Survivor needs Dylan.
I saw them advertising today for applications. So
I'm too fat. I'm too fat.
Hey man, they need, if Dan Foley, our good friend of the show, I don't know if we can say that. But
Dan Foley can swim. I can't.
Hey man, you can float. You'll float out there.
I'd be like Will. I'd be a Will in the challenge.
Throw yourself on your back. I don't know. If you found out you were going on, Dylan, get your ass to a fucking public pool for a month. God damn it.
I would have to really fucking work, just fucking go ham.
No, don't lose any weight, because I think being heavy would be your benefit. You'd probably not feel the hunger as much, I think. Because I hear old players saying they would put on a lot of weight if they went back. So I think your weight's fine. Just learn how to swim, and maybe get good at puzzles and throwing balls at shit.
I'm shitty at puzzles. I'm okay at throwing balls.
You're a good ball handler.
I'm a good ball handler.
Softball days, I bet.
I'm actually a terrible fielder in softball. But
alright.
Let's go back.
We're getting off point like the Dan Foley podcast.
I'll go to my number 11 if that's okay.
Yeah, let's get on there.
I have Cass.
Yeah, okay.
I have Cass. And where do you have Cass again? I can't remember. Was it 8?
I had Cass at 9.
9? So I'm only 2 off on that one? Yeah. You got a strong tribe. Going back to that. She could be the one voted out, just like I said with Sierra. It's I'm not exactly sure, so I'm right next to each other which one they vote out. I could see Cass being able to talk her way into staying, I guess. But I think she's more of a liability in the late term game and in terms of challenges than Sierra is. So I can see her being voted out for those reasons, for strategic and practical reasons. But I think being on that tribe will definitely helps her. I have her on the bottom of that tribe. In terms of who would go home. Maybe not right now, but at the end of the episode, who would go home. And then my 12 is Kimmy Kaffenberg. I don't know. Kimmy, I don't know what to say about Kimmy. She's there. It's what do you say about Kimmy? She's on the second strongest tribe. I don't think she's an asset in any single way to any alliance at this point. I don't think she's an asset in the challenges. She's just kind of there. So if you have a vote to vote someone off, she could be the one voted off to that tribe just because why not vote her off?
She's there, but come on, you can use this person as a vote. Why get rid of a Kimmy? Kimmy's not gonna beat you, is she?
I don't think so. But you can't. I wouldn't be thinking that far ahead at this point. I don't want to win challenges.
Yeah, but I think you have to be thinking a little far ahead. Not too far ahead, but to the fact, like, who do you want with you at the merge? Who can you work with? Who do you need to work against? Who are your threats? I don't think if you're, like, looking down the line, and even though, like, cutting someone like a Terry might maybe lose another challenge, I think there's a lot in having a strong alliance, maybe a tight four, other than a loosely committed six.
Here's the thing. Think about the tribe they're on. There was Jeremy. Someone who's not going to
Who's
want to
this?
win challenges.
Oh, yeah.
You know, like, I can see him, like, getting really pissed if they end up losing to Angkor, like, in an upset, and, like, voting off of the person who cost them the challenge, which I say would be Kimmy. Or someone else who we'll talk about in a second.
Yeah, I think you're going to say Monica.
I am saying Monica. Yeah, she's actually. I'll do 3
You know
here.
what? I'm just going to say this. I think this is where we kind of differ. You still hold on to that old school way of
I
thinking.
do.
And I've abandoned it completely. I'm willing.
You
know, a lot has been made of the intentional Matt Singh, where in this 3-tribe format, you maybe lose on purpose, or not lose on purpose, but it's all right to lose. So you come out with a tight 3 or a tight 2, going up against maybe tribes of 6s that have some holes in them.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I'm willing to lean that way, and I think people are more willing to make moves, especially in a 6-tribe format. I think.
I think it's hard to. I think you get. I don't know. We'll see. I think it's hard. Like,
it is.
I want to say. We'll see. Maybe I'll change the philosophy after this next week if I'm completely off base again. But I just think, like, you gotta win, like, these votes here. Like, with if you lose a tribal, all right, let's say you lose one challenge, you're down to 5.
Yep.
Now you got a 3-2 split. And if you're on if you're not the swing vote and you're on, like, an opposite end of that, like, you have a 50% chance of going home if your side doesn't swing the swing. So I think it's better to vote off a challenge liability and bank on winning the next challenge than thinking too far ahead, because the game can switch like on a dime. And if you're on the wrong side of that switch, you're going home before you could have if you just would have kept strength and voted out the weaker player.
Yeah, and my thinking is, I think just on the other side of that coin is, why lose 20 days later, or what's the difference of losing 20 days later than losing 5 days later? You know what I mean? I think you should always be playing to put yourself in a position to not only win the game, but to control the action, I think. So I know I kind of agree with you a little bit, like, you shouldn't always sacrifice tribe strength, but you should always be thinking, what's in my best interest to get to the end and win, and will this person help or hurt me? And yes, physical strength comes into that, but I think people need to be thinking a little more strategic-minded right when the game begins. And you saw that Avitas wouldn't have gone home in old school days. So
I don't want to talk about Avitas.
I know you don't. So on to my number 11. I got Wigglesworth.
Okay.
Wigglesworth's best moment was when Jeff was mouthing shit to her.
Like, I think it's a detriment.
Wigglesworth's just kind of looking over.
That's a detriment.
Yeah. You know, she's been okay, but she's in the wrong side of the numbers right now. Strong tribe. And, you know, how much can we make of being on the wrong side of the numbers so far? We can only make of it what we can. And that's like, she's in the roughest starting spot. And I look at her tribe, and she's probably the strongest female. So that's why, like, I have her ranked lower than Kimmy or Monica, just based on the fact that she I don't think she has the social game to kind of, like, work her way into a really strong position on the tribe. And she has to rely on that strength vote, like you said. I think she relies a lot on it, like the people, if they lose, deciding she's worth keeping around because she's strong in the challenges, or that they decide that Spencer's a bigger threat, bigger fish to fry. So I'll go into my 12. You said 11. I got Steven. Steven, I don't think, he's not totally safe yet. I just get in kind of an eerie feeling when I heard him talking about how he liked his spot. I'm worried for him still. I'm still worried for the guy, and I love him, but I'm still not convinced that he's long for the game. I'm waiting to see otherwise, and I'm hoping that like this tribe, Angkor just keeps tanking. Please keep tanking, so we can have Steven at the merge. And
Yeah, definitely.
I wanted Steven to show down with Andrew Savage. I talked about it earlier on. I want that so bad. I want Revenge of the Nerds style, like revenge. Yeah, not to use the same word twice, but I want it. I want to see it. Lady Vengeance style. So Steven's still, Jeremy could turn on. I don't think Jeremy's that tight with him. I don't think he's really sitting pretty as he thinks he is. He's still not a strong challenge player, man. Like, this guy is awkward looking.
Yeah.
So
can't cut coconut. Can't chop log. Side note, I'm trying to flip my hair back to see how I look with a man bun. How does it look?
You look just like Joe, Dylan.
That's what I was thinking. I like
See,
it.
and how can they have you if you grow your hair out? How wouldn't they cast you on Survivor?
I'll be the fourth coming of Ozzy.
I'm Fat Joe.
I'm Fat Joe.
I forgot he was a rapper.
Call me Fat Joe when I get out there. Call me Fat Joe.
Lean back a little bit. No, I didn't get the Fat Joe rap reference.
No.
That's right.
Oh shit.
Lean back. It was a Tear Squad song, popular. You might have grinded a few girls at a high school dance to it, buddy.
I'll probably.
It was that era.
And then they asked me, "Who are you?"
You don't go to this school.
Oh, what?
You graduated 3 years ago.
Goodbye.
For reals.
Oh shit.
Niko's not here to keep us on track, so we can just do whatever we want.
We can do whatever we want. Right, Pink Elephant?
We could just abandon this right now and start covering the Democratic debate. Is it still on?
It is still on. It should be on for
there you go. Screw you, Survivor fans. No, just kidding. We love you guys.
Did I do my 13 or?
I think. Yeah. You haven't done 13 yet.
It's Monica.
Oh, I haven't even done 13 yet. I don't think so. There you go. Go ahead, Dylan. Hey, Dylan's dad.
Yep. You entered the podcast by accident. He said, "Oops."
It's okay.
I think we have like one viewer, so it's all right.
Josh doesn't care.
Where the Kelders live? Cottage Grove. No, they live in South St. Paul. So, like two blocks down from us, like 10th Avenue.
Perfect. We're professional.
Oh shit! There's a fire.
Oh.
Damn.
You guys have like some sort of dog that carries water to the fire in Minnesota? Is that how you guys play fires there?
A dog? What are you talking about?
Like one of those dogs that carry those big barrels?
No.
I figured that's like a firefighting dog.
We have fire trucks.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I have Monica at 13. Basically, I think she's a liability. I mean, it's like a broken record, but yeah, not on the second strongest tribe, but I think the weakest member of that tribe. We just haven't seen any of her building relationships, so I really have no idea what to think where she's at. So I guess to me that's a negative. If she was building relationships or doing significant strategizing, they would show it. But she hasn't, so I think it's not good for her odds. Same with Kimmy. And same with Cass. Like, if they had been doing something, like, why haven't we seen it? Same with Sierra. Like, what have they been doing the whole time?
Well, maybe this Survivor season's a slow boil, and we'll get that stuff thrown in. I know there's been a lot of character development so far. So, who do you? I think. Oh, okay. At 13, I got Spencer.
Oh, that'd be the big one. If Spencer goes that'd be the big.
Yeah, that'd be big swing in my favor and show that you're getting sucked in the sands of time in your old fogey way of thinking.
My old school way of thinking. Which is why I think that we work so well with the power rankings, because like I'm more old school. You drank the Kool-Aid on new school.
Yeah, I'm drinking the logical new school Kool-Aid. You know, I think we live in the Tony era. We live in the era of player like. Okay, I think Tony was a bad example because Tony never really had to go to a tribal until he got onto that swap. But once Tony got to that swap, Dylan, he didn't hold back. He took out Cliff, and that was his move that really solidified himself in that 5 going into the merge. So that's kind of where I'm thinking. I'm thinking you need to make those types of moves whenever.
We're not at that point. We're not at that point in the game yet, though.
That point is any point you can do anything like that. Anytime you can do something to help yourself, do it. Don't help the other people. Don't help your tribe. Help yourself.
I think that's a bad example, but I'll let you.
Maybe I'm too selfish. Us Canadians, we're known for being really selfish assholes. So.
I think the bad example. But yeah.
Yeah. We got Spencer here. Did I talk about him at all?
No.
Yeah, we got Spencer. I still don't think I think Spencer's still a nice sitting duck for anyone who wants to take a shot. But you know, he's shown his ability to kind of adapt in these situations so far. And he's like Spencer's got like this amazing survival ability. You saw it in his ability to like scrape the bottom of the barrel and lose on and get by a couple tough boats. And then he kind of hung on at that merge, and now he's hanging on here. He's like that cat. You know, have you ever seen that like old ass poster with the cat on the yeah, just hang in there. Spencer's that fucking cat on the clothesline.
That's why I have him at 5. That's why I have him at 5.
Yeah.
You have him too low.
I still think he's in a rough spot. I don't think things have totally turned the corner yet, but he still can do it, and I don't think he's going here, but I think it's an Angkor guy. We're gonna see another Angkor, and we're getting to it in our rankings, I think.
Yeah.
We're gonna be basically shuffling the remaining 4 members of Angkor in the bottom 14, I believe.
Yeah. Should I go into my?
Yeah.
14, 15, I'll do 14, 15.
Yep.
I have Kelly Wigglesworth at 14.
Okay.
In the minority on that tribe. You know, I do sense maybe she could do a foursome with Kelly, Terry, and Keith, but that's just like pure speculation and you know and whatnot. But the reason I put her lower than weaker challenging competitors is because I think that the thing with Varner hurts her. It makes her look sketchy. That's sketchy.
Yeah.
And like to have it not be resolved right away, like the Varner thing, he got kind of saved by it being resolved or absolved, I should say, by another bigger issue. On her tribe, you know, who knows what could happen with that? So I can see her maybe being held accountable. She's not a great social player. She probably isn't making those bonds like other players are. Like maybe aside from Steven last week. Or sorry, not Steven and Spencer. I meant to say Spencer, but yeah, those 2 players making stronger social bonds. I can see her going home just for that reason. Again, I don't think the tribe's going to lose, which leads to my last 3 picks, all from Angkor. I believe yours are as well, or at least 3
My
or 4.
last 4 are all from Angkor. I forgot you had Jeff Varner ranked very highly.
I did have him ranked high. My 15 is Savage.
Yep.
I predict that the Tasha Savage control will continue, but Savage goes if they lose control of that vote. Should I do my last 2 as well, just because they're both Angkor, and I'm sure they're pretty similar to what you have, but...
Yeah, go ahead, man, and then we'll just fire mine out, and then we'll argue for a little bit.
Yeah, my 16's Abby, volatile. I always think Abby's someone who can go home just because people are finally might be fed up, or being the victim of an Abby freak out, you know, like, if Abby wants you gone, like, you're gonna go home. And then, like, my last pick is Woo, just because Woo was, like, completely blindsided last vote. Voted in the minority. That's never good to happen to you. So, yeah.
So you got
And
Woo.
that tribe should lose. Like, that tribe should lose next week. We'll see. But
So
it
Woo's getting
looks
voted
like a
out.
coordination challenge, too, which they should be awful at. Like a communication challenge, I mean.
Oh, if you want, we can talk about that. That's my favorite All-Star challenge ever. Uh, the reactions of Rob Sesternino in the time they run that in All Stars is like worth price of admission alone.
I'll
Like, so I
rewatch
can't
it.
wait to see. Oh man, like Big Tom gets demolished by
Oh,
a
yeah, I
piece,
do
and
remember. Yeah.
Rob just it jumps out. Uh, so I'll go into my last four here.
Mm-hmm.
At 14, I got the Macho Man Andrew Savage. I agree with Dylan. I think if things swing against Tasha and Andrew, it's coming against him first. But I don't think they are. I think they're still going to remain in control. But crazier things are happening. We probably didn't think they'd get into control last week. So at 15, I got Woo. Your pick to go
Oh,
home this
shit,
week.
it's Niko.
Yeah, I let him know. I let him know we were almost done. I'm on the ball.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get it.
I
On the
couldn't
ball.
I couldn't launch a podcast for an hour, but I can send a message. Okay.
Well, that's good. I'm glad you're not entirely technically incapable.
No. So at 15, I got Woo. Woo's kind of he was on the wrong side of that vote. Dylan thinks it's probably going to follow him here, but I don't think so. I think things get switched up a little. I see it blowing back on these other two players I got ranked lower. So I'll just go into it. Niko, glad you're here for this one. At number 16, I got your boy Jeff Varner. Dylan had him ranked at like 5, so there you go.
No, I had him at 8.
Loves Dylan.
I had him at 8.
Haters gonna hate.
But no, man, I don't think your boy did some damage last week. And I think Jeff's in some trouble still. I think it could easily swing back on him. I think our buddy Josh agrees with us. He left a message earlier saying he thought Varner was the next one gone if Angkor lost Niko. And that's an honorary member of our fan club that me and Dylan inducted while you were gone.
The only one.
The number one fan.
He gets the first T-shirt. We've already decided. So yeah, I got your boy Jeff, but I don't think he's in the worst spot. And I got Abby Maria at 17. I think the shelf life has expired on these like terrible tasting tamales. These things have given acid indigestion to like everyone who's eaten them. Vetus got a little sick. Shereen got really sick. PG's still barfing, I bet.
Why are you eating tamales in that? You eat tamales in Brazil.
I feel maybe I'm a little racist.
I feel like this joke is very, very inappropriate if you read into it too much.
Okay, well...
Very sensual.
Well, I wasn't thinking that way. I've never eaten a tamale before. But yeah, I think she could be seen as a liability here. It's hard to go on after tamale talk. Yeah, liability. I think Jeff could probably throw her under the bus if he's savvy enough. And I think Tasha and Andrew, if they lose another challenge, could be smart to maybe get rid of the person who's kind of more confrontational. But I don't think I think it's either a toss-up between Jeff and Abby, or somehow Jeff gets control of that tribe again. It's going to take some work, though. The boy has to do work. And I think we're done now, Niko. That was it, me and Dylan. Dylan, do you have anything else to talk about? You liking the Democratic debate so far?
No, dude, I just want to say I'd eat Abby's spicy tamale.
There you go. We had been so good so far. I don't think we had many inappropriate comments like that. There you go. We broke the dam there.
And
Yeah.
unlike Shireen and PG, I wouldn't burn my tongue.
I think Abby's dam broke a long time ago. A long time ago. All right. So if you guys are both done.
Yeah.
Alright. So I have no idea how the show went. I checked in a couple times throughout. I left a comment on my other profile.
Dylan, you were supposed to be checking those, man.
Yeah,
What happened?
I specifically left a comment and I said something to you during the show, asking if you're checking comments because I left one.
You read Josh's.
Yeah.
You didn't see mine?
Yeah, we saw it. We saw the YouTube comment.
Yeah, but what did you post, Niko?
I said I felt like Mr. Snugglesworth needed more airtime.
He popped on the camera once. I don't know like what sounds were being made in your room, but
There should have been no sounds in my room, right, Mr. Snugglesworth? No.
His camera came on. He was jealous of me and Dylan's stealing the spotlight.
Cue the Twilight Zone music.
Yeah, tonight was our show, Mr. Snugglesworth. Fuck you. Our show. Dylan's time to shine in the spotlight.
Get the fuck out of here.
But
Dylan's dad made a brief cameo too.
My dad made a cameo to tell me a house is burning down the road.
oh,
We laughed and cried tonight, Dylan.
that's unfortunate.
Good time.
And he wanted to make sure it wasn't my friend's parents' house. I was like, nah, I don't think so.
You're like, no, I don't think so. I don't have any friends, so
Hey, we're here. We're all hanging out.
we're all friends. Yeah. All right, so let's jump into talking about Thursday's show.
Yeah.
So upcoming this Thursday, at the moment we are scheduled for 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific time, and we will be doing our episode 4 recap with the great John Carroll from Survivor Marquesas. The time could fluctuate, so if it does, we will post it on our Twitter account and shoot out the update. But at the moment, we'll be at 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific time. And then pulling up on the screen here, if you're not following us on Twitter, follow us on Twitter at IslandTalkWNH. Shoot us an email if you have any questions at islandtalkwnh@gmail.com. If you want to follow one of these guys, you can follow them at DanBall44 or at, DWalls09?
Oh, 09, baby.
All right, yeah, at DWalls09 if you want to follow me. You can follow me at The Wisdom Pickle. Apparently it's hilarious.
Story. Yeah, we got the whole story with Dan. We talked a little bit about Dan tonight. He's still lingering with us.
Still lingering. A lingering presence, which is good.
Dan's lingering.
Yeah, we thanked him for the reason that Dylan didn't feel the need to make any sexual comments, so we got it all out with him.
Almost all of it.
Oh, yeah, you saved one for the end.
Well, next time when you're starting to get when you're getting near that climax and you need to go let them all out, let me know and I'll shoot Dan a message and I'll let you just shoot them all out there, stick him in his beard if you have to, whatever you got to do.
I'll shoot you all out.
I don't think Dan Foley's coming back on after that one.
Oh, I think he'll take it.
For death.
But with that, like I said, I didn't see the show, so hopefully the show went well. I think I jumped in at one point, and you guys, I think it was actually when Dylan was talking about the fire. And I was like, are they done? Or are they just talking about nothing to do with Survivor right now? And I had to go out of the room for a second to make sure and watch for a second, and then he went back into the power rankings. And I'm like, okay, they're still talking about Survivor. So yeah, join us Thursday for our live recap show. We'll be on with John Carroll. And like I said, that'll be at 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific time. If something changes, we'll notify you guys on Twitter. Do you guys have any last words before we sign out?
Get your pet spayed and neutered.
Get your pet spayed and neutered. All right, and do you want to do a hashtag for the episode? Hashtag Snugglesworth needs more airtime. If you can fit that into 140 characters, good luck. But all right. Other than that, if you guys are good, I'm good to go and sign off.
Well, can I hum the Island Talk theme as we're heading out?
You wanna hum the Island Talk thing? Yeah, go ahead.
Bump 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 bump
I'll freestyle. Yeah. Island Talk with Niko.
Island Talk with Niko. Peace out.
Okay, yeah, we're done. All right, later, guys. See you on
Good,
Thursday.
everyone.